Nigeria's finest conversation happens every evening. Here we discuss topical conversations. Technical glitch.
From where? IREV or INEC?
No, nobody should be blamed. It's an act of God.
Okay.
God don't decide the kind of innocency we God does suffer for.
Spiritual.
Lagos, let's run you through the hot topics that we have very quickly this evening. This evening on the show, hey, Barrister Darlington, do you remember those offer robbers? That time, many years ago, that time Bukola Saraki was the Senate president. You remember, Abi?
Yes.
That case then, that there were even pictures of. You remember that incident?
Some people, even the armed robbers, we are naming some people and all that.
And there were pictures showing that it is now they sentenced them.
Are you serious?
Yes, today. They finally sentenced them today. You know, I'm like your town crier.
Yes.
I hope I do my team job very well.
All the accomplices,
Sir.
Always pray to have a godfather in Nigeria. Always pray to have a godfather.
Is that another arm of government?
That is the only thing you need to survive in Nigeria now. If you are that thing, ask Yahaya Bello.
I should ask Bobrisky.
So evidence are plenty.
Okay. All right, Lagos. So court sentences 5 to death over 2018 of a bank robbery. To death. Barrister Darlington. Okay, so let's go on to other issues. I didn't sack Yahaya Sanusi over alleged missing 49.8 billion naira. Jonathan opens up. Remember that 50 billion naira that made noise very well? It was one of the major things that people hated. On top of Yahaya Bello head.
So are we talking about Dangote now, or do we do that
let's
later?
Go straight to Dangote.
Okay, disclose the cost of your petrol. Reps tells Aliko Dangote and his refinery and all the issues there.
And then the new minimum wage, Nigerian government begins payment to civil servants. Finally, they can notch up their new minimum wage. Even though you may not be able to buy a bag of rice. So they have 40,000 naira bag of rice that they can.
That they've not been able to
can enjoy.
Purchase anyway.
Exactly. And then hardship. Government announces move to tax more Nigerians. Because these are the hot topics that we have. But as usual, I will cry the zero. They will go drink water, drop cup. When we come back, we'll begin to dissect these and other issues after the break. Stay with us.
From the views on the streets,
we'll go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city. The loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills 3 things and makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Lagos, you're welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, 13 minutes past 7 p.m. from our studio here. Let's get started. Every time I want to start, it just begins me to sing song here. I see if I have not joined choir. But then let's go straight to this issue. So a state high court in Ilorin, Kwara State, today, Thursday, sentenced 5 men charged with of a robbery incident to death by hanging. A high court too. Okay. So the court convicted Ayoade Akinibosun, Aziz Salahuddin, Ni Ogundiran, Ibikunle Ogunleye, and Adeola Abraham. Delivering judgment, Justice Halima Saliman held that the 5 defendants were found guilty of conspiracy, armed robbery, culpable homicide, and illegal possession of firearms. Justice Saliman said that the defendants used the death of people, including police officers and civilians, during the April 28 armed robbery in Offa, which is punishable by death. That they caused the death of people, including police officers and civilians, during that April 28 armed robbery attack. Now, earlier, the lead counsel, prosecuting counsel Rotimi Jacobson, said that the prosecution was able to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt. Mr. Jacobs said that the 6 years spent in the case was worth it because finally justice done happen, as evidence clearly showed that the victims were involved in the robbery and killings. Now, he said that the trial had been concluded and the prosecutors had proved their case beyond reasonable doubt for the suspects to be convicted. The lead counsel, Nathaniel Emeribe, represented by Abdullahi Jimba, said that the judgment was not surprising considering the evidence presented in court. He had been envisaged that it would end this way. He, however, said that they would appeal the judgment, because I was going to ask you that it never ends and it looks like it's over, but it can't be over until it's over. Now, Barrister Darlington. Yeah. So let's get straight to this matter.
Moving to
let's quickly finish this before we go to the other matter, because that Barrister Darlington has a lot to remind Nigerians about this issue. So, Barrister Darlington, please.
Yeah, Precious, when this matter happened in 2018, you know, there was a lot of political undertone, because some highly politically exposed persons were one way or the other connected, and then there was accused the who. Is that not true?
The Interior Minister yesterday has actually, based on certain accusations, and he has ordered an investigation of all correctional centers in Nigeria. That it should be investigated, because a lot of people say some people, don't even serve their term in the prison, in the prison yard. Some people rent apartment and spend their time in the apartment, and some people serve term for other people and they pay them off. Yes. That's very huge.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Wait, do you know the problem of Nigerian government? Something they should take serious, they don't. When people like us say this thing, they dismiss it because you are not a party member, you are not this. This thing, I've said it here severally. Let me tell you one good example. At Umuahia, there is this man who started the Otaba Onibo. This north. The first man who brought the machine and all that. If you are going to Umuahia, at that mission here, before you enter Umuahia town proper, there's one building by the right, one 3-story building. That is where that company or factory was situated. The owner of that this thing, as at that time, it was very rich, very big. He was riding 505 Evolution. So one day, a judge was driving to court in the morning with his betos, and this guy felt that he's owner of the road, and then hit the judge, who was not in a point, he would not be in attire there. So when the man just messed up the man, discussing, who are you with this your beto? Can't you see my car? No, he was talking big, not knowing that this man is a high court judge. Eventually, the matter went to court, and that man was sentenced to go to jail. Do you know what happened? He didn't serve that jail term. He paid somebody to go and serve for him. I just gave you an example. I told you this is something I know very well.
So, Barrister Darlington, if this is the case, then why does it look like the Honorable Minister of Interior is sounding a bit surprised that things like this happen in Nigerian prison?
That's what I'm telling you. When they want to tell you that they are working, that's how they pretend. Yes, now they want to tell that they are taking action, because Bobrisky, apparently he's a godfather, or he's not, because he's not a member of the party. Are they not aware of other party members who this privilege has been extended to them? Are they not aware? Are they not aware? Let them come and tell me that they are not aware. You and I know the truth. They don't want to say it. They don't want to use the Bobrisky as an scapegoat. At the end of the day, no head will roll. Pressure, head will roll. No head will roll. These are just showbiz.
So are you saying that EFCC officials are not likely to be punished if they are actually found guilty of taking 15 million naira from Idris Okuneye?
Why will you punish them?
To remove the money laundering charge
The
against
Oga, precious.
Sir?
At times, this type of sentiment, it used to make me laugh. Please, why will you punish Misha? When the Oga Lamode, who is now late?
What do you mean by Omoshe, sir?
The other EFCC staff now, the people that collected 15 million. What is 15 million?
If they did, because it's an allegation.
Hold on.
So if they did.
Hold on. Even if it is confirmed and proved, my dear, nothing will happen. Were you not here when Magu, I mean the chairman himself, whom you should have used for as an example, with all the evidence, it was even his agency that was prosecuting him. At the end of the day, what happened? He served his term, and when he came out, he was even promoted by Buhari's government. Maybe you don't understand how Nigeria has been destroyed, though. You don't understand. When I'm saying this here, it pains me. Do you know that if you are taking care of all those previous cases, these people will not have the mind, the temerity to even try it. But they have seen what your guys are doing now.
Because it would have served as a deterrent.
And the deterrent. That is why the Western world, they take seriously what their leaders do than what the smaller ones are doing. Because you are showing a very bad example as a leader. When I shout this in here, people say, why should cool down? Why should I cool down? When they are destroying my country, destroying my future, destroying my destiny. These are the reasons. Why will you not go and start talking? Why will you because they are not big enough. Pressure. I just gave you an example here. Lamode, before he died, what he did in EFCC. That of Magu is still alive. You saw her. The National Assembly said no, because of this evidence against you, we are not going to confirm you. What happened? He was still working as the EFCC chairman until he retired from there. True of us, he served his term. So when you have seen all these things, why are you blaming the smaller fry? That's what I'm asking you now. Tell me, if that place has been sanitized, EFCC, will anybody try to compromise? The other boys will be very jittery. Even when you mention bribe, they say no, no. But they have seen what your guys are doing. They have seen it. They have seen it. So why would they help themselves? That's the truth. So all this thing that you are talking about, look at Yahaya Bello.
We'll get to that very soon. We'll get
examples are plenty, just that you people are not paying attention. Okay, I should not clap for them that they want to probe Bobrisky. They want to do this. As if he's the first person that did it. Tell me, let somebody come and tell me that Bobrisky is the first person that served his term, prison term, outside the prisons. Let them come and tell me now. And we'll give them tons of examples since they don't know.
All right, moving over to Yahaya Bello's case and corruption now. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has revealed how the immediate past governor of Kogi State allegedly used the state money to acquire choice properties in the United Arab Emirates and Abuja in Nigeria. And in a fresh 16-count charge filed against him today, Yahaya Bello was said to have used over 5 million dirham to acquire a property in Khalifa municipality in Dubai. In the count two, Bello, Umaru, Shaibu, that's two others, and Abdul Salami Hudu were alleged to have sometime in 2023 in Abuja, whilst having dominion over the state's treasury, dishonestly used a total sum of 950 million naira for the acquisition of a property known as number 35 Danube Street, Maitama Dick Street, Abuja. President, you could recall that the EFCC had in the last 5 months attempted 4 times to put Bello in dock to answer to the 80 billion naira alleged fraud charges against him, but to no avail. The last time he went to EFCC's office, he was in the company of the current Kogi State governor, who has immunity, and the excuse of EFCC was like, oh, we can't arrest him because he's with the person who has immunity. I don't know how substantive that is.
There is no law that says so. There is no law that says so. Let somebody challenge me now. In fact, the governor by that action, he has already removed immunity from himself, because this is a suspect, a fugitive.
Is this constitutional what you're saying, sir?
Don't you hear me?
I just want to
fugitive, a wanted criminal or suspect.
But I thought everyone is innocent until.
But you shouldn't have come.
So.
No. That's not what. Hold on. In this particular case, what the excuse EFCC is giving is not tenable. It's not tenable. The person they wanted is Yahaya Bello, not the governor. The immunity of the governor does not cover Yahaya Bello. It doesn't. Let somebody come and tell me otherwise now. How can you, the governor, you know that this guy, he has a very serious case on his head, and now because you have immunity, you now what? Oh my God! Please, if a governor comes to court, now let us go there. If a governor comes to court to come and maybe witness the trial of a suspect who is his godson or his party, will the court now say because the governor came with this guy, let us let him go? Please answer me. No, have you heard such a thing? Because they said the governor was in court and he came because of this man who is in the dock. Therefore, the court should excuse him. They should no longer prosecute him. These are very funny things that we are doing here that I find so. In fact, it's annoying.
He also took EFCC.
Very annoying.
He also took EFCC to the Supreme Court yesterday.
Yes, he has gotten the
asking them to, discharge all charges against him, drop all charges against him.
No. First of all, the fact that they declared him wanted, he said that they shouldn't.
Can you imagine?
They should drop that. That's why should they declare him wanted?
Do you know that? Oh my God! Do you know what happened? Let us break it down now. Precious,
sir,
why was Yahaya Bello hiding in the first place? All those months
but he went to EFCC office.
Hold on, now we are coming. Hold on. Maybe there's something you don't know. Hold on.
Okay, sir.
All the while that Yahaya Bello was hiding, please, why was he hiding? He had refused to come to. When these people are playing prank, they should not try it with me. If they want to let Yahaya Bello go, let them let him go and stop deceiving Nigerians. Discussions have been concluded. That's why he now has the temerity. This is somebody who returned the money. The American school returned the money he gave them, which does not belong to him.
He paid in advance.
The money, he does not belong to him. Why was that money returned? If they calculate Yahaya Bello's salary as a governor, does it amount to that?
But Barrister Darlington, if that money was returned, and it should be returned back to
Kogi State government.
Kogi State government.
Is an evidence.
Is it not his godson that is the Kogi State governor now?
Please don't go there now. Godson. Is the Kogi State their father property?
Some people say it's more like.
Does it belong to them? Kogi State, does it belong to Yahaya Bello or Ododo? Does it belong to two of them? You can see how these people play pranks, destroying our institution. Look at Yahaya Bello, who's supposed to be ashamed of what he has done, coming to sue EFCC.
If he did it by Darlington, because he's still innocent, sir.
Are you serious?
Until a court of competent jurisdiction says otherwise or proves him guilty.
Why can't he remain the way he has been? Why can't he remain, instead of trying to prove that he's a strong man? You didn't even hear what he said when he came out from EFCC. He said that you did to teach anybody a lesson not to cross the lion's path. Look at him, lion. Look at he has become a lion.
With all due respect, sir, I think it's only appropriate that we address him properly, because we can't tell, he can't be guilty now until.
But the way he's talking, hold on now, hold on. Yes, we are not saying that he's guilty, but we are saying by your conduct, you should have gone to answer for your what do you call it, for your alleged crime before you start boasting. A prima facie case has been established against Bello, whether you like it or not. Let him go and answer for it before you start boasting before me. Everybody saw what happened here. Why was he hiding in the first place? And why did he not come out? This is two questions I want Nigerians to answer me. If nothing was discussed behind closed door, why did Yahaya Bello come out to have the temerity? And even when he came out, he went to EFCC and nobody arrested him. They did not even talk to him.
But they raided the Kogi government.
They went there to go and show you that they are still looking for him. They are still looking for him. When the man is all over the place, giving press release.
Barrister Darlington, are you insinuating that the EFCC is not pursuing this case with sincerity of purpose?
My dear.
Sir?
The facts speak for itself. Are you telling me that if not for where Yahaya Bello belong or those behind him, if any other Nigerian had gone there, even if the person had gone with all the people in their village, They will say, no, you came with a lot of crowd, or you go back. We don't want too much crowd here.
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, before we move to other issues, I forgot to tell you earlier that the governor-elect of Edo State has now picked up his certificate of return. Yes, and he did say that he's been expecting, or he expects a congratulatory message from the PDP. You know now, and in the spirit of sportsmanship, when you lose, you congratulate. Do you see the PDP in Edo State congratulating him?
In fact,
especially his counterparts in Aswa Ighodalo?
It will be an embarrassment if they do that.
Why should it be?
In the first place, if the election was free and fair, there's no problem. Nobody will raise eyebrow. But we have detailed all that happened in that election. That was not an election. It was I don't know how to put it so that it will sink well. It was a haste. That is when you go to, when all these bad boys go to bank, they carry the vote, jack it up, and
you
then.
mean snatching and grabbing?
Yes. I don't know who said that. Maybe you know.
I just mentioned.
So all along, that's what they've been doing. Precious.
Sir?
An election where the IRF went off while the results were coming in. An election where the collecting center was moved from that place to annex center, and some party agents were not allowed to come inside that place. An election where the number of accredited voters, in fact, overwhelmingly not more in number than the result. The accredited voters is overwhelming. No, the voters in that polling booth
was less than.
More than the accredited voters. That's how to put it. Because that is what when you say credible election, that's where it starts, from that voting unit. If 50 people registered and voted in that, we want to say that 50 people, no more, no less. But here, 50 people were accredited. After voting, you see 400 people.
But Barrister Darlington, let me take you back to the case of Imo State. Your governor, Hope Uzodinma, in the just concluded, Shebina, it was 2023 election of the state. 2024 election. Now it was this year they held the state election, and in the case, there was somebody who appeared on channel television from a statistics body or some sort of feed, analyzing that election, and he did make a lot of allegation, owing to the fact that there's too much irregularities from that election. Just facts of some things that you mentioned about number of registered voters, number of votes being more than number of accredited voters, and all that. But then the Supreme Court still certified him the actual winner of the election. So is it that these evidences were never presented in court, or is it that they were eventually presented in court, but the courts perhaps looked at the technicalities behind their presentation and looked the other way? I like to understand, because that case was, in fact, it was Shenwo Akinmolaye's show in China's television that he presented, and he stated the facts of things, that showed us the figures. And till today, your governor Hope Uzodinma has not sued that man to say that he came to lie against my election. So why is it that the Supreme Court still certified him the winner of the election?
Precious,
Sir?
I have told you, in the mafia world, the godfather must not be disappointed or be put to shame. It's a cardinal sin. Precious, you were here. You played it here. When some stakeholders went to Tinubu in Aso Rock and they were having meeting, and he was asking them, do you want Edo State back? They said, yes sir, we want Edo State. As far as I'm the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give you Edo State. Was it not here? So you want, after that statement, somebody will do that election and disappoint Tinubu?
So Barrister Darlington, now that you mentioned it, the governor-elect of Edo State also went to visit the president at the villa today with his deputy. In fact, there was a video, making rounds where he knelt down thanking the president, for helping him in the election. We also saw that happen in Kogi State when Ododo, knelt down thanking Yahaya Bello. What does this even mean? What does it portend for leadership in Nigeria?
That is it. Because when we are talking, I thank God, you people are even providing the evidence before I will say it. So when you see this type of thing, are you not doing election? No, let somebody come and tell him that they are conducting election in this country today. Let somebody come and debate with me that we are conducting an election in Nigeria. We are not. Let everybody hear it clear and loud. We are not. As long as APC have decided what to do, they will get it. No matter what you do, they will get it. Even yesterday, there was even a video of an INEC official altering results. Quick came out, everybody saw it. INEC official you didn't know that somebody was recording him. Clearly, altering results with the result sheets. Everybody saw it. You mean after all these things now, somebody will tell me that
but Barry said that, yeah, I was going to
was evident not tell that. What did the court tell you? That it came late. You are talking of the destiny of a nation. Something that will be a yardstick for future elections in Nigeria. Evidence that is watertight. For you to act on it, you went against your own rule as a Supreme Court, and you told her that it came late. The evidence, but he brought it late, and there was avalanche of examples where you have accepted this same evidence in your judgment. But in this particular one, this one that had to do with a nation, the destiny of a nation, you brush it aside because of course a decision had already been written. Look, it started with during the final submission of the lawyers. One of them who was defending the president, you know what he said? In his final written address, he said if this thing was not in favor of his clan, that Nigeria will burn. It's clearly stated. In fact, they brought out that particular passage in that paragraph where he wrote it, and the NBA did not sanction anybody. Precious, if you try this in US or UK, you will stop practicing. I swear to Almighty God, if any lawyer were to do this before a court, you are now intimidating the court to favor you. You will stop practicing. Nothing will happen. This is akin to what James Ibori's lawyer did in the UK. That they withdrew his license and threw him inside jail. Precious, in fact, when I keep telling you that we are behind the human race, these are my facts. These are my facts. And when they were what's it called? When they were approving the appointment of the CJN, you are telling, you know me for integrity. That was one of the words, the first word he said, that you were aware.
Barrister Darlington, why would
said,
you?
Yeah, I said yes. Now, I said yes. You are a man. You are a woman of integrity. But tell us, when they deny you visa in the US, why didn't you challenge it and ask them why? We have seen people they deny visa and they say, why would you deny me this visa? You are violating my human rights. I have freedom of You should have gone to tell them. Let them tell me why I should not go to US. At the end of what happened? All of them that took that decision in favor of Hope Uzodinma. Those one does not matter. Pressure. It does not matter.
So let's move to other issues.
We are destroying our future. You see, look, this thing is, you don't know how deep this thing has gone. All our institutions now have crumbled. We don't even know where to go now. Somebody who can say, yes, this particular institution, you are upholding the integrity of this country today.
All right.
Mention that institution.
Barrister Darlington, let's go to other issues. Yeah. So, you remember the case of former President Goodluck Jonathan. Today, Thursday, he denied that the sum of 49.8 billion naira was allegedly lost from his government treasuries during his tenure, and he never sacked former CBN Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi over for alerting Nigerians on the allegations of missing funds. In fact, Jonathan bottom line did say this, that in a book launch where he was with Sanusi Lamido, and Sanusi had also, I think, authored a part in that book or in that states to the fact that he was sacked as CBN governor because he blew the whistle on the missing 49.8 billion naira. But Jonathan said that that's not true. That in the first place, there was no way that kind of money could disappear.
The man said without America knowing, yes,
without the world shaking, and then without the economy shaking.
Exactly.
But until he left office, his the economy of the country remained, in its height until he left office.
Yes.
That for a country that at that time the national annual budget of the country was at about $31 billion. Then how can $50 billion disappear? And then they have a budget of $31 billion and they could still pay salaries and do other things that they did.
Exactly.
How possible is that? But
if Jonathan instituted a forensic audit.
Exactly what he said. And he said the forensic audit could not prove to the fact that that money was missing.
So
till
you can
today.
see.
So, yeah. But
What
Sanusi,
happened was that Sanusi, it was when they were, all these APC people were ganging up, trying to compromise everybody against Jonathan. Sanusi was a member of APC as at that time. Is that not true? He was. Who dealt with him? APC. They finished with him and they dealt with him. That's the truth.
And then Jonathan also said that he was not sacked because of that, but that he was suspended because Financial Reporting Council queried the expenditure of CBN at that time.
Exactly.
And not because he blew the whistle on 49.8 billion
which letter became nothing.
So that if Financial Reporting Council queried the expenditure of CBN, then it was proper for him to be suspended, not sacked. But Sanusi eventually replied, because they were together in that gathering. And Sanusi replied and said that he was sacked. That in fact that Jonathan sacked him as governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. And then he was responding to Jonathan earlier, the statement that he made. He said a lot. He said that he, however, said that who took to the podium, he said that he was sacked by Jonathan, but he did not, however, mention that again, that it was because of the 49.8 billion naira. But he insisted that he was sacked. He said he was constructively, that's the language, that he was constructively sacked by the then Jonathan's administration. In fact, quoting him, he says, "My boss who sacked me, I was constructively dismissed. I continue to respect Jonathan, and I didn't have grudges against him. I don't have grudges against him." So he said as he delivered his lecture. But however, Barrister Darlington, what interests me in this conversation is the fact that Sanusi did not react. He was there when Jonathan said that no 49.8 billion naira was missing in his administration.
He proved the point.
And that the foreign auditor that he called did not notice that any amount of money was missing. But then Sanusi did not reply to that particular statement. And he was in that gathering. Exactly. So what does this mean?
It means that Sanusi was lying ab initio. He didn't want to face the fact that he was compromised by APC people who wanted to use him to shame Jonathan. That was what happened. At a point in this country, Sanusi was a member of APC. He used 100 million naira to go and pay something in Kano Emirate Council. He gave them 100 million naira.
Is this factual?
What are you saying?
I'm asking for the sake of Nigerians.
Yes, now. It's not a hidden fact. He said it's part of CBN social responsibility, whatever. He said he even gave some to, I think, a UI or so. So he was just doling out the CBN money. And that was one of the reasons why the Financial Reporting Council came after him. Instead of him to face facts, he's looking for somebody to blame. My dear, I like the way Jonathan replied him instantly. It is now left for the public to judge who is saying the truth. You cannot sit. Was the Buhari not on seat? Did they say anything? Did he say anything? Was it not the same APC? Remember at a point, he was talking to Buhari government and APC, telling them what to do when they were calling him their good boy, But because he was talking too much, he didn't know that he was working on a dangerous terrain. They now trumped up charges against him that he bought a shoe, a golden shoe of $4 million, abi 4 million naira. That he was squandering money in Kano Emirate Council. Is that not one of the reasons why they dealt with him? So what is he now telling me? That is it's not good to do evil because you have your power they will come back to you. Pressure you in this country. When they are lying to you, you just swallow it hook line. It's annoying. It's annoying when some of us will be here telling Nigeria they will not listen. They prefer to be deceived.
They also mentioned turning $1 to naira.
$1 to $1. Very distasteful thing that they use to enter power. And you are telling me that somebody who came into power through this means is coming to better your life. We have seen it now.
All right, Barrister
Who is that
Darlington,
vindicated?
let's move over to the economic situation and taxation. The Nigerian government has announced a plan to tax more Nigerians and businesses despite economic hardship in the country. This plan is part of the government's economic stabilization bill approved by the Federal Executive Council on Monday. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed this in a statement and via his official account on X. Barrister Darlington, you also remember that, according to him anyway, the initiative termed tax identification, consolidation, and collaboration will help increase Nigeria's tax base and widen revenue. He noted that the plan is part of the 15 different tax and fiscal and establishment laws to facilitate economic stability and set the country on the path of sustainable growth. Wonder how that will work out. So Barrister Darlington, you recall that this comes after, a few weeks ago, there was an accusation by the PDP's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar that the government were, on plans to increase and widen the tax net, which the FG by then actually denied. But it has happened now. And we also remember, you could recall that during President Tinubu's campaign, he said he was going to widen the tax net and reduce purchasing power. It's looking like a lot of Nigerians are saying that, okay, all this whole thing, is coming out to play.
My dear, when you don't know it, you don't know it. You can't give what you don't have. Precious.
Sir?
Did you remember? That was in 2010 under Jonathan administration in Nigeria. Do you know how these people came out of that mess? Companies were closing. There was serious financial problem.
By giving grants?
The government of US and UK, they were giving money directly to companies. All these big Ford Motors, all those big companies. They were giving them money direct fund, not to go to bank and do. No, they were giving them money for them to pay back without interest at the end of when they have come out of the woods. That was how they brought up so that nobody lost their job. All this was because the Western world wanted to stimulate employment and production and growth. Because when I'm down financially and my company is about, you give me money, would I start my business again? Please answer me. Would I start my business again? That is when you see people who know about economy, how they behave. In this case now, you see an economy that is down and you are still taxing. Where will the tax come from? Please, are you not going to tax those who are working and companies that are working? Hey, God Almighty. Can you just imagine? Are you going to tax a company that have closed down or people that are not working? How will the money come? That is why all their policies has failed.
And Nigeria's unemployment rate increased by 1.26.
Speaking of today, it will still increase before the end of the year. As we go into next year, with what I'm seeing now, it's going to be worse. So if you are taxing people who are not working, what do you mean? How are you going to get the money? Everybody knows that there's no employment again. Companies have closed and left Nigeria. Instead of you to come, you this big company, how many staff do you have? How many Nigerians are in your employment through? You have up to 1,000, 2,000. No, they must not leave the employment market. Oh yeah, take. How much do you need to revive your economy? Oh yeah, take. You come. What do you need? Oh yeah, take. Precious. The $64 billion that somebody took away and kept somewhere, which you are aware of. Money, is it not enough to stimulate this economy? Somebody answer me.
Are you speaking about the allegation by
has anybody answered and said no, it's not true? Have anybody answered? Okay, we leave the one that is abroad. The one that is inside here, people that stole from here that are still with us, uncle. If you collect that money, ask them, please, since you are still around, please, can you give us that money back? We need it now. You can use it to stimulate this economy. Give these companies money to continue business. Continue business. That is the only way your economy can move. You are not producing anything. Every time you keep taxing. Don't you think that at a point these companies say, no, we can no longer cope. They will close shop. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And you are still continuing the same track.
Barrister Darlington, government has just said it now that they've now implemented the minimum wage now. So civil servants from this September now will start enjoying the new minimum wage. And that's a lot of relief and succor to them.
Please, how is
but
it
it's just that not plenty people are captured.
Hold on. What is the relief with their precious?
Sir?
How many people will receive this 70,000 naira?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I said not many people are captured in civil service.
Mostly, it is the federal civil servants. Get it right. federal civil servant, maybe people from Lagos here or River State.
So why can't other states pay?
Because they cannot afford it.
Why can they not afford it?
Because there's no money.
Why is there no money? But allocations have increased over time.
Really?
Especially in this administration.
Especially after subsidy was
Do you know that
hold
on? Do you know that the value of 30,000 naira under Buhari is greater today than your 70,000 naira?
You know the most painful part of what you're saying.
Are you aware?
What I'm saying is that a lot of states still, even before the approval of the 70,000 minimum wage, 70,000 naira minimum wage, most states are not even paying 30,000 naira.
That's what I'm telling you.
Most states.
You're not talking of 70.
In fact, some states are not even paying 18,000 naira. Some are paying under 18,000 naira. Some are paying 12.
So, you are aware of all this, why are you not making
argument? But by including some governors and some states you support, like Alex Oti. Till at least I know about till
I don't think
some few months ago.
Up to
they've not paid up to 30,000 naira or 80,000 naira.
They are not.
Till now, Alex Oti is not able to pay up to 30,000 naira minimum wage. Why so?
Because they are looking at their revenue. And
why would they be looking at it? Why will any state say that they cannot? Why will any state not be able to generate revenue?
Oh my God.
That's the problem.
You have forgotten that.
So if we did not have oil, like Singapore, that means we cannot run a government. We cannot run a state.
Don't blame.
Because why will any state say that because there is no enough oil money, they cannot pay their workers?
Precious,
sir,
please don't blame the states.
Why should I not blame them?
The federal government is equally more lazy than the states. What does the federal government live on? Is it not borrowed money? Hold on. Let us go there. The federal government are supposed to checkmate the state and ask them, what are you doing? They are living on borrowed money. That is a fact. You heard of about $600 they want to borrow to do what?
Yes.
Everything we want to do is because we must borrow money for it. What does that tell you? Hold on, since the federal government is giving the state so much money, why are they borrowing money?
Well, President yesterday,
why are they borrowing money?
His VP has begged, and during the UNGAD 79th UN General Assembly, he's begging the world leaders to at least forgive debts. You know, so probably there is light on that at the end of the tunnel.
I have told you,
to forgive Nigeria's debts. But Barrister Darlington, some people will say that all politicians do not underpay themselves, starting from the governors to their PAs to their ACs. They do not owe salaries to politicians. Why does it have to be civil servants?
It is not left for you now. The people that they are using. That's why I'm saying that the day Nigerians will wake up, you know, there's a proverb that said the day a madman realizes that he's naked, his madness will end. You see this Nigerian they are using, this about that one day they will down tools and say to your tenso Israel, they are not doing again.
All right, so
maybe that time this politician will know that their game is up. The game is up.
All right. So
yes, because you want to blame the state. You have forgotten that the federal government is holding everything to Israel. Yet he cannot even harness these mineral resources. Rather, every little thing they go and borrow money. Every little thing they go and borrow money. Look at Nigeria going to borrow $600 from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Can you just imagine?
So how about
embarrassing way of living their life.
Let me chip in a little. How about states? The federal government starts giving states allocation based on their IGR. How about that? We'll give you allocations based on the kind of money revenue you produce from your state. So governors have to go to work. There has to be a way of earning revenue in your state. You don't sit down at the end of the month and wait for the federal government to borrow money and give you allocations every month.
No, I will not follow your.
Why not, sir?
Because one, I have told you here, most of those mineral resources you are talking about cannot even be harnessed by the state because it belongs to the federal government.
Does it have to be about mineral resources? We have manpower. We have enough manpower. We have to diversify out of oil and every other mineral. Yes.
Do you have the resources to put infrastructure in place?
Other countries are doing it, Barrister Darlington. They do not have two heads.
No, hold on. Those countries, they are practicing democracy, real democracy. Here you are not. Get it right. The federal government of those states, they take care of security. Are you getting what I'm saying? No one terrorist cannot enter America today and get out of here alive. It's not possible. But here they are living with you for the past 15 years. Terrorists are living with Nigerians. Maiming and killing and maiming, raping women, telling people not to go to farm. And you have a federal government that is looking the other side. How can you make progress? Have you seen any place where there is a problem and progress is there? Go and show me the place.
Barrister Darlington,
the people in the north now, are they farming?
Are they farming? Budget, security tops the budget. What are they doing with that money?
No, ask the federal government. He's in charge of security. That's why you have a commander in chief. He swore to protect my life and my property. So when you are trying to say this, please situate it properly. Let me give you a typical example. When Otom was governor of Benue State, he was the first person that started the vigilante group to checkmate the excesses of killer Fulani herdsmen. Otom, that was why the Mietiala people hated him. He was the first person, and it was passed into law by the State Assembly of that state. What happened at the end of the pressure? One IGP called Idris, I think Mohammed is the first IG Buhari appointed when he came in 2015. That particular IG, he went to Benue and disbanded them, and they started calling them criminals and all that. Collected all their guns. Did it not happen in this country? Pressure, please, somebody should answer me. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. So when you have done it to that state, which other state will say, okay, let me go and do the same thing Benue did? You can see, and you know the result today. The Benue that used to be the food basket of Nigeria, all of them are in IDP camp as I talk to you today. But somebody come and say, Yam is costing 12,000 naira.
Darlington, not the entire Benue State is in IDP camp. Let's get information to people.
If 80% of your people who
it's not 80% of
I am coming.
You have
started this.
But I said we have to give them right information.
Hold on, which right information?
It's not 80% of Benue people that are in IDP camp.
Hold on, if the reverse is the case, will you be shot?
I am just saying that not all of them are in IDP camp, and not 80% of Benue people.
Why should even anybody be in IDP camp in the first place? Why should anybody? In a free state called Nigeria, why should anybody be in IDP camp? For the past how many years now they have been there? If that place is supposed to be the real farmers in Benue, the real environment where this farming city is going on, what happened? Will farming be going on again? That means they selected a particular place where this farming is going on. The real people who are doing the farming that you are now enjoying in Lagos here, they stop them from going to farm.
All right, so Barrister Darlington, let's quickly touch on this Dangote issue very quickly. As the House of Rep has told Aliko Dangote, the owner of the refinery, or Dangote refinery, to disclose the cost of his selling, the cost he is selling his premium motor spirit, aka fuel, from his refinery to NNPC Limited and other major marketers. That is why is this whole thing still shrouded in secrecy. The lawmakers also asked NNPC to disclose the amount the refinery is paying for crude oil. You know that the refinery, that the government had mandated NNPC to give Dangote refinery crude oil, but sell to him in naira. So now we still do not know the amount. Remember that when that statement was made, the federal government had said that the actual dollar amount will be determined by. So now we still do not know the actual amount. We know that the NNPC have been supplying crude oil to Dangote refinery, but we don't know at what rate. And we still do not know at what rate Dangote refinery is selling PMS or is going to sell PMS to NNPC. But we're just and when NNPC announced a particular price, Dangote came out to say, no, how can you say it's this price? Not be this price, but they did not contact the real price.
Okay.
So what is going on? Do you think that the House of Representatives is on the right track, rather?
They are not.
For mandating Dangote to.
They are not.
I never finished my question, sir.
Please don't go far. We don't have a National Assembly. If we have, this thing would not be going on up till now.
How would you say?
They would not have a National Assembly. Why can't they go there and do oversight function? That is their job. Instead of sitting there and giving order, the federal government have told you that they will not interfere in the pricing of Dangote petroleum product. The federal government said it too. That they will not ask Dangote what is pricing, how much is selling his fuel. The federal government said it. Pressure, true or false? Now tell me, mention any other businessman in Nigeria. Because you and I know that the federal government did not give Dangote money to build his refinery. If this federal government want to do the right thing, Precious, listen very well.
Yes, sir.
We have 4 refineries here before even Dangote started his refinery. Why can't the federal build their own to compete with Dangote's, both in quality and standard? By the time people avoid Dangote's product because it costs high, please, will anybody tell him to rethink? Will anybody? That is what we call in a deregulated economy, in a competitive economy. That's what happened. But here you have made him a monopoly willy-nilly. What do you want him to do? No, hold on. You deliberately made Dangote a monopoly. What do you want him to do? To go and relax and then pretend as if he's a good boy, Abi? You heard that one South African man has overtaken him in Africa as the richest man, and you think he's happy about it, Abi? They should stop making statements and do the needful. Let them find out this NNPC and OVH alliance and the Owando. Let them go into it and find out what happened there. That's where to start.
But Barrister Darlington,
they should go there.
Remember that the panel, that was a committee that was set up at the National Assembly to look into the NNPC Dangote, whether the Dangote refinery is producing substandard product or not. Remember now that they were disbanded because of allegation of bribery and all that.
Really?
Well, you know,
at the end of the day, what happened? What happened at the end of the day? What happened? What was the result now?
Result never come out before they disbanded. I mean, the result come out.
At the end of the day, what happened? Is it not a shame that the same man you said that his product is substandard, the same man that they said his refinery is 45% completed, the same man that you said that you have no license, NNPC is now the sole agent of his product.
All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations that we've raised tonight. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. The phone line to call is 0700 903 903 903. The WhatsApp line is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That is the number to call on WhatsApp alone. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello? Hello, good evening. Are you there?
Hello,
welcome.
Good evening.
Yes, you're welcome.
I'm there. Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir?
Okay. And I agree, I guess, Barrister Darlington. I agree with you, sir.
You too. Well, welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes. I want to talk about this present government. I say in the last 25 years that Nigeria has been practicing the democracy. I've never seen a government that give citizens a dick like this APC. For only them for government and the court even to arrange Yahaya Bello is difficult for them, and you kept Nnamdi Kanu in a prison. My own,
prison, sir. He's been custody of DSS.
Okay, okay, custody of DSS. Okay, my own protest, my own personal protest that will start by October 1st is that if you cannot arrange Yahaya Bello, if you cannot pray the man and take him to court, free Nnamdi Kanu. That's my submission. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello, good evening. Good evening, are you there? Welcome. What is your name, sir? Welcome, sir.
My name is Afolabi Abiodun.
Mr. Afolabi, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Daliki, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Lady
Precious and Promise.
Lady Promise, I mean.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Hey, quickly, Mr. Daliki.
Yes.
Despite all that we are making a very good point. In fact, I respect you, sir. I respect your analysis, sir.
Thank you.
I don't want you to exclude. I don't want you to exclude Jonathan from all this mess that we are passing through. Let's.
He has left
Let's go back
office.
to maybe 2010.
He has left office.
Sir? I know he has left office. I'm talking about all the past Nigerian leaders, even including Obasanjo. You understand? When I can remember when Jonathan was still in government, Nigerian lament got agree. We bought the bag of rice 7,000 naira. As a Yoruba man as I am, I bought the rice of rice 7,000 naira and then. But you can see that we still lamented that Nigeria, all these Idris Abdulkarim release now. You know, our brother African China. Nigeria has been suffering, but as we are passing through now, this one. I don't even know what to use to qualify this one. This Emiloko, this our Bola Tinubu of my Lagos State, my Yoruba man, is a shame to us. So, my Mr. Dalisi, God bless you, Gary, my brother. But I don't want you to exclude anybody. Then come to governor. Come to governors. Alex Opi is Labour Party's governor. When pressures are trying to explain what the responsibility of government.
I think we've lost you. I apologize. Hello. Sir?
Do you know that?
Good evening, Precious.
Okay, sir. So you get back to that. Precious. Welcome. Good evening. Go ahead, please. What's your name?
Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Go ahead.
Good evening to Darlington.
Yes.
This is Mayor from First Tag. But Jonathan, happy belated birthday.
My brother, well done. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, we're supposed to celebrate it, but maybe another day in a larger form.
Yes,
when we are out of it. When we are out of the tribunomics.
Exactly.
Yeah, what I want to say is that concerning this, when some people say this our country we have just become a laughing stock, just a joke between the EFCC and Yahaya Bello. We don't know the one to talk about. EFCC and Yahaya Bello is a huge joke between Dangote and NNPC.
Another joke.
We have a president who says he's the Minister of Petroleum. And he's telling us that he wants to rejig his cabinet. Why not start from your own ministry?
I wonder.
So the whole thing is it's just like we are joking. We are really joking because most of the things happening in this country, even the one by then was talking about the legal system. Every facet of our national life has been destroyed. To be honest with you, there's no way
very annoying.
that you can say this one everywhere. Judiciary, look at INEC. Look at what you are talking about, a picture on video, on social media. A whole, that's supposed to be an unbiased, independent listing, umpire. Election. So it's so unfortunate that people are keeping quiet. And the nothing, I'm telling you, if care is not taken, we don't even know where we are heading to. That's the truth. Because even the CGN that told us that which integrity are you talking about? Look at what is happening all over the place. And people are keeping quiet, as if we have another country that we can run to when the bubble bursts. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And the country is bleeding. We are borrowing up and down. We have natural resources. We have minerals. We have gold. We have most of these things.
And you are blaming
people. Individuals are cornering it, and government is keeping quiet. Going out there, cap and hand, borrowing up and down.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's so unfortunate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are poor people in the US. Did this stop America from becoming the biggest economy in the whole world? Under Jonathan, yes, there are people who were complaining, maybe because they didn't know what to do, or they don't know what to do. Will you not say because of that that government is bad? Please, if they don't know what to do, let them return us back to that era. It is better for us. That's my own, yes.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Let them return us back to that era.
My name is David. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
David, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Ikorodu.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the good work we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And all of you there, I greet you. I beg, please. I greet you in the name of God. Please, is there how are we going to come out of this problem? Barrister, please tell me, is there any way we can come out? Because this government is not giving Nigeria hope. I beg. Let us know how we can come. You talk, you shout. They did not even change, and I'm sure they are listening to you every day. Both the House of Assembly and the Executive and all of them are not even changing anything at all. People are dying hunger in the country where there is so much surplus. What are we going to do now, Anti-Precious?
Sir?
Enlighten us. Enlighten us. So tell us what can
my
we do.
My name is the Minister of Economic Planning. I be the Minister of how to manage your budget.
Hey. So tell us the way. So thank you. God bless you all for the work you are doing.
Thank you.
Good night.
In every country where this type of thing has happened before, it is the people that say no, we can't go further than this. It is the people. The examples are there. Okay. It is left for you and I to wake up and say no. We know what removing tribal sentiment and ethnic sentiment and religious sentiment. The moment you remove all these things, we can build Nigeria.
I'm coming. I'll tell you what to do. Let me take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, welcome, sir.
Pastor Darren, thank you very much for analyzing all this.
Thank you, my brother.
It's A to Z is on the line.
A to Z.
Yes.
You have collected all the alphabet now. Which one remember? Which one is my own there now? This one you wicked though. A to Z. Oh my God.
That's good.
Okay, man.
So, I want to say something about Jonathan. You see, the time of Jonathan era, government, the economy of Nigeria is the best in Africa.
Abi, it's on record.
They're number one.
It's on record.
Africa.
It's on record.
And in the whole world, is among the top 10 in the world.
Yes.
The reason of that is that something like all these industries in that particular era, the import duties of the chemicals that are used both in the drugs, in companies, the whole area was reduced because of the employment of the Nigerian masses. Yes. They use it so that people can be in the office, can be working in the country, in factories.
Precious, is that not what I said here?
I'm a businessman, I know what I'm talking. In the clearing, the import duties and whatever are reduced because Nigeria is enjoying it through that particular having employment. That is why economy of Nigeria grew that time, and we are enjoying it. We thought, but I blame Jonathan. Are you with me?
Yes, I am. Go ahead. We are.
Yes. The reason why I blame Jonathan is that Jonathan knows very well. President Jonathan knows very well that people that are coming over is going to. He said it in the media.
No, he did. He did.
That the people that is coming are watching it out. I think they have taken something that have been taken away from them.
Exactly.
And they know they cannot have anything to offer. He said that he cannot. His political ambitions are not to desire the blood of any Nigerian. And he now leaves it and run away because as a politician or as a good person that has a good heart in Nigeria, they wouldn't have allowed this food to snatch this Nigeria and
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's your opinion. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, we'll have someone else later.
They are destroying the state to the final bus stop.
Thank you so much.
My brother, the same thing that happened, it didn't start today. When Jesus Christ was telling them, these people, the Jews, they didn't believe him until they killed him.
Yes, good evening.
They killed him and they're now regretting everything.
Okay.
So it's almost like that.
London.
All right, Jonathan,
well done, Jerry.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Yes, sir. Hope you want to reshuffle the studio too.
Yes, we are going to reshuffle here.
Jonathan, I know you cannot wait to get me out of the studio.
We are going to...
Make her come on, make you rest now. If you like say they block your minimum wage, I'm not letting you breathe. You need to breathe, so let me go so you rest.
Barrister Darlington, we need a press release of reshufflement of the studio.
In fact, I'm going to do that after this thing.
We need a press release.
And I'll be like Jonathan. By the time I leave, I promise you will miss me. That's when you know the freedom of speech. What you missed in my government.
We'll be coming to the other room.
Which other room? Yeah. Go ahead, Jonathan.
We'll be coming to the other room.
Don't worry.
Go ahead, please.
The door is open.
Which door go open?
Somebody said that what can we do to get out of this thing? I was watching Sam Amadi, was it 2 days ago? That was telling that this is not the time for opposition to begin to prepare for yesterday to prepare for election. They need to come together and begins to press for electoral reform. Seriously.
That is it.
Because this is there's time.
But we just had a major shake-up in our electoral system with the 2023 Electoral Act. So we've now realized that we have now gotten so used to it.
Okay. There's supposed to be a serious awareness that where people will be calling their National Assembly representatives to press for serious electoral. Apart from that, every other plan is mirage.
I'm telling you.
Thank you very much.
I'll do that. Yes, you are on point because I said it. It's not about coming together. Precious.
Sir?
If all Nigerians come together against the APC, they will still do what they want to do.
Is this about APC? If they were any better, why did Nigerians vote out PDP?
But you know what happened now? The rigging machinery, the rigging machinery of APC.
Hello, good evening,
and the propaganda.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yes, welcome, please.
Auntie Precious.
Ma?
I greet you.
I greet you too.
Mr. Dallas, I greet you too.
Yes, you dey talk.
My mom, my name is Mrs. Mohammed from Ikotu.
You're welcome.
Mohammed.
First call caller.
Hey, promise.
I'm a first call caller.
Some voice. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. See all these things you people are saying. I really appreciate you. Nigeria to appreciate you. VOP, you are talking true. Before man and God, we don't know what to do in this Nigeria. Anytime you people are talking, I feel crying for now.
Network.
Network will not let you
This man
talk
come
now.
for the first time. Oh,
network treat her well now, Barrister Darlington.
they don't get respect.
I think we should recall the network first before we go to National Assembly members. Apologies, madam. So, Barrister Darlington, I was going to say that thing when someone asked what we can do. I wanted to say that we are doing our part here by talking.
Exactly.
Because it's the consciousness that you build in the minds of people that will enable them to know whether or not they even have a problem and the need for them to demand for a change or not if they think that they have a problem. But it cannot be my duty to not tell you, go and do like this and go and do like that, because I am not, my job does not allow me to proffer solution or to have a decision. But what I am doing is to present the news to you. Interestingly, I'm not even the one who writes this news. Other newspapers don't write them. I can come to you. So before I go come on me, say, oh, you manufactured this fake story and you brought it to me. They are already out there already. I didn't write them, but I am perhaps just amplifying them so that you know the level at which we are, then make it prepare you enough for you to do something about it, or perhaps take action if you think you need to take action.
To build that consciousness
Absolutely.
in you. Because you know what happened last year, and I'm sure people are becoming more conscious now based on what we are doing here.
Some people think that they should be tired and give up, but I keep telling them that giving up is not an option. If you give up, finish. If you fight and run away, the fight is wait for you in front.
What are you telling me?
You still come back and meet it.
Didn't you see when they gang up against us here last year? They didn't even want us to talk, but we insisted.
All right. Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, the spectacularly outstanding, precious, and the most elegant promise.
Yeah.
Nothing can be more promising than promise.
Anytime you call me finding like that, Remy, I don't like it. Remy, you don't call me spectacular, and I hope you're not about to put a hammer on my head or something.
No,
you're welcome.
No. Master Darlington, happy belated birthday, sir.
Yes, so
welcome.
My boy, how you doing?
I was going to reach out to you then, but my schedules have been mad this week. Don't worry, that party we go through. No amount of.
But you been talk say you go pop champagne for your head, now the drink am there now. You no drink.
You do am now.
I mean,
the champagne where I sent for you there, you no drink am. Why you did do like this?
I was really busy. I've not had any drink since last weekend. This weekend, damn, I'll pack everything together.
You go spoil town.
Exactly. You see, Precious.
Sir?
We can never win war against insecurity if we do not first win war against corruption. And can we really win war against corruption with this system we run, with this caliber of people in place? President Zelensky, a comedian turned president, who has never been a governor of Lagos State before. One thing he has done throughout this Russian invasion of his country is to stand his ground.
Yes.
This guy just kept sacking people. And the people he has sacked, not that they steal, is because people stole under them. Even his most prominent general, who was credited to have prevented Moscow from overtaking Kiev, the capital of Ukraine.
Exactly.
He kicked him out.
And
people were like, is this guy okay?
You're right.
He said, corruption will make us lose this war.
Exactly.
Corruption will make us lose this war. So look at us. So when people have corruption cases and they are having governor as a shield to take them to court, guys, the world is watching us.
I'm telling you.
Investors are watching. Before investors can go and put their money somewhere, they do their feasibility studies. They study government, they study administration, they study rule of law. So it's not that somebody just come meet me and say, oh, come and invest. We have to consult people.
Exactly.
So that's the dark. And now, look, who is supposed to be the watchdog here? Precious.
Sir?
I want to tell you the best way to gauge poverty and instability in any society is to look at the number of churches and mosques and religious centers they have there. Where they have many, many churches, many religious centers, there will be trouble there. There will be poverty there. There will be corruption there. Go check it, please. Go check it. In fact,
so there are many religious houses in where now within be this
where
within be this world country.
India.
No.
I'm just mentioning.
India is better than you now.
India was the world capital of poverty.
Of poverty.
So at that time, did they have plenty religious houses?
Forgive
me, my brain was just
poverty.
Freezing
at that time.
Yes.
At that time, they did. But what I'm saying is this. Nigerians must know that good governance, not be God go given a good governance. So when somebody comes sell false hope to you and say, let's pray about it, shut up. It is not prayer that will fix Nigeria. It is your involvement, engagement. The pastors that protested against good luck, as the anointing upon their head dry off.
I wonder.
Stop following your religious people who tell you that you have to look up to God. God is not responsible for your problem. It is your politician. Have a good night.
Thank you, my brother.
What did you see that the anointing upon their head as it dried up?
Yes, everyone has shut up now.
Hello, good evening to you.
Imagine if the same pressure they gave Jonathan, we apply here.
Yes, you're welcome.
If they apply it here.
This is who?
This is Akuchinyere.
Akuchi, baby. How are you?
Fine, Sir Valentin.
The album. Have you released that your music? You were singing the other day.
I bought it all they do for myself.
Can you imagine? You have a nice voice.
Akuchinyere, go ahead, please. Welcome.
Thank you. I did not call for Nigeria matter. I called to wish my Mr. Valentin happy related birthday.
Oh, my dear. That's so sweet.
And I pray for God's protection in your life.
Amen.
Okay?
Thank you.
Amen.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night. All right, so let's go to some messages now. I begin with YouTube, where we have tones and tones.
Precious. Please, let me tell you.
What's up, sir?
In New York today, as I talk to you today, the mayor of New York is under heat.
Yeah.
It has been predicted that the man may resign before the year runs out. Because of what? Listen very well, listen. The campaign fund he was given during his election, he could not account for it. Not that he stole money from... Some of his officials are resigning as I talk to you now. One resigned yesterday. That's
and
mayor.
it's not that the resignation resignation would stop them from facing justice if
can you imagine
they are found guilty.
He has actually been charged. It's facing
a mayor.
trial.
But somebody is in Abuja behaving like a lord and nobody is even talking to him.
Like who?
Please. The man who used 20-something billion naira to renovate a house. Is that not enough to query? Which kind of house? The block and the cement, was it made of gold? That you use that kind of money to renovate a house. The person that want to live there, is he a god? These are issues that, but he went to US to go and ask for cancellation of debt. And the people he...
All right, so we'll go to messages now. Let me run through some on WhatsApp from the beginning. Promise to take it from the bottom, I take from the top. Bob Risky is the first to serve the jail term or in or outside prison. If you have your money and connect, you will serve VIP. You said a lot. And then he said, also, Benue State has 27 different IDP camps occupied by more than 1.5 million Benue citizens. That does not account for 80% of Benue citizens. And that's what the bone of contention is.
The farmers. I said farmers.
They are predominantly farmers.
So if you have that
you said 80% of them of Benue people are in IDP camp.
Let somebody go and do the statistics and bring it.
So let me continue with our messages. I promise. Good evening, Prepper and Promise and Mr. Darlington. Mr. Darlington, your face show, your shoes shine. I salute you gallantly. Prepper, you see, Nigeria Wahala is like bicycle that doesn't have brake. And it won't come down from mountain. That's how Nigerians Wahala is. Mr. Darlington did speak more than Keyamo. You say you don't speak past Keyamo, but say where Keyamo day today. And Kelechi sent in that message.
Right, HRBC Moko says Dangote refinery is a private business and will always run as such. It's unfortunate that the government are no longer talking about our various refineries, but are too busy pursuing the price of Dangote fuel up and down. And he said he urged GFG under the APC to at least give us one refinery among 3 refineries we have, as they promised. We've gradually forgotten the Port Harcourt refinery refinery that they said was
That
going
they
to
will
kickstart production in August. We're in September.
All right. So see why I said from Isola said honestly, good evening, Precious and President Lindsay, and Promise. Our country problems have gotten to its peak. Every day is collecting its new wutu. God, thank you for a country that we can at least call our own. I wait for my nation. Hunger in the midst of surplus. That's what you said.
And this one, Udom said, Yahaya Bello, EFCC are acting a script produced by Yahaya Bello. So you think it's
Iwo Haikechuku says the Nigerian government wasted millions of dollars to arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya without due process and find it very difficult by the EFCC to arrest Yahaya Bello that is in Nigeria, who is at just that backyard because he isn't an opposition party. That's what Iwo has said.
And Chiago from Motion said, instead of Nigeria to create strong institutions, Nigeria is busy creating strong individuals, which is making Yahaya Bello to call himself a lion because the FCC can boldly arrest him. Nigeria is conducting selection instead of election. And by what happened in Edo State, according to Yanni said, President Tinubu, please release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the sake of peace in the southeast.
And then Prince Francis from Lagos says leadership in Nigeria is looking like more of a scam. The federal government scamming the people, NNPCL scamming the people, EFCC scamming the people, DSS scamming the people. Dangote has equally joined the scamming gang of the people. What a sad situation. That's what you said.
And this says, even everyone,
Adeyemi
from Satellite Town, you said in 2022 under APC federal government, the Independent National Electoral Commission in Osun State, People Democracy Party defended the ruling party All Progressive Congress. PDP praised the INEC and their chairman, and publicly they danced publicly. And you said INEC shows that we are only celebrates. Okay, you said people celebrate when only their party wins. That's what you're trying to say.
Okay, so everyone in the studio, you're gracing us. INEC and APC and Judiciary, they are team up suffering Nigerians. If you lose election, you say you should go to court. If they kidnap someone, which court are we going to go to now? New hope of uncommon man. Which one be that hope now? Thanks. Okay, Daniel from Ekoto sent in that message.
Kachi Wachuku from Ajoy State says EFCC is not serious on Yahaya Bello's case. Na padi then they do with them. And this Harry Ogada from Pangrove says this government is trying by all means to annihilate all the masses. If not for God, it would have been difficult to survive living in Nigeria. It wouldn't succeed in Jesus' name. That's a prayer.
I go to YouTube now. Mazi Prince says, so there are so many agege people like Bob to risk. Okay, I didn't insinuate, rather asking questions. Are you kidding me? Emeka Nweke says, happy belated birthday, Barcelona insane. All right.
And you're still on YouTube?
If you want me to, Enochiemba Madu Abuchi says, good evening, PMP. I have been trying this line. You guys are doing a nice job. God bless you for all the things that you do. All your voice of the people station is my best radio. Thank you.
And I mentioned from Mafoluku says, when the court restored Peter as governor, Yaradua gave marching order to the police to enforce and congratulate Obi from Abga. When court restored Oshomole as governor, Jonathan gave marching order and congratulated Oshomole, who won under the ACN. Oshomole made a statement praising Jonathan as a true Democrat.
Exactly.
This is the PDP that APC said that destroyed Nigeria today. Can Oshomole and APC tolerate opposition winning election? May God save our land. I made you from my
The Emeka says Russia is superior than Ukraine and not about corruption. Amarachi Uche says Akpabio will never yield to any pressure for any electoral reform in Nigeria because the reform will remove our commonwealth from his table.
And Francis from Egbeda says he's asking Barrister Darlington. He said he wants to know is there anything that can be done to remove the immunity clause that protects governors? Because he says it's the bargaining pleas are killing the country, and it's causing more corruption in the country.
All over the world, especially in a democracy, such things are put in place just to protect the state executives so that they can face the administration of the country. Imagine if such a thing is not there, everybody will just sue the president or the government.
But even in the US, now should be they told Trump that the ones that he committed while he's in office.
That's when you leave office. When you leave office. Is that not when you leave office? You can be probed.
But that the crimes that he committed while in office would not be accounted for. The tax crimes or thereabouts. That they're not looking at that direction.
No. That is a separate thing now. It's a personal decision. I'm talking of something that will impact on the life of the people. You mean if you are committed murder in office, they will say you should go.
Okay. All right. Lawson Amadi says Barrister Darlington is laughing in Swahili.
UG from Oshodi says INEC is not independent. You say judiciaries and is not independent. What do you expect? Hope Uzodinma won in all the AGs. Who voted for him? The results are already reading before the election. The voting in Nigeria is a waste of time, and the winner has been selected even before the election.
Okay, and Andrew Lucas says, Precious, listen very well, Barrister Darlington. Say you don't laugh tire for here, eh? And Lindsay Cut says, the beautiful sisters, what happened again today that you're wearing black? Oh, you babes are intimidating us. Did you grow up in this country at all? In Afghanistan, we grew up.
Ola from Chicago says, I would disagree. You greeted everybody, including Barrister Darlington, of course. You said I would disagree with my Barrister Darlington. There is tunnel, but there is no bulbs at the end of the tunnel. And he said, may God help them according to what they are
I was
selling.
expecting a stronger disagreement.
In fact, I was wondering.
Okay. Uche Chukwu Emmanuel says, Barrister Darlington, you are the only John the Baptist of our time. I greet you all. Uche Chukwu Emmanuel from Powerline Ejigbo. Aberdeen Adeyemo says, dear Barrister Darlington, it's crucial for you as a public figure, especially on national radio. Please be mindful of your words and actions. You should be promoting unity and inclusivity.
Can you imagine?
And then Emeka Wike then asked him, you cannot preach peace without equal rights and justice.
I'm telling
Hence,
you.
stop having behaving like an ostrich. Or are you somebody else now accused him of okay. Then Abidin Adeyemona replied to Emeka and says, you have the floor. Abi? Okay.
All
Right.
right.
Tony from Okota says, Precious, what did the Supreme Court do concerning Akpabio and Lawal, who contested in the APC presidential primaries? So if Nigerians accuse INEC and the judiciary as APC agencies, you people will not believe us. You have seen where corruption have landed Nigeria too.
Okay, let's go back to those calls then. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Finally.
Joval, sorry.
After how many years?
Sorry.
There are people who have not gotten us since last week, and you have been calling.
You have to those people are not constant. Barrister Darlington, we are constant.
Be grateful for little things. The God have buttered
Barrister Darlington, I am grateful that I'm hearing your voice. Yesterday, she did not let me speak with the prince.
Are you serious?
Hello, Precious, and hello, Promise. Anytime Barrister Darlington is around, Promise will support Precious. Look at how Barrister was dishing out facts. Unquestionable facts. Look at Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. That story about Sanusi's Lamido Barrister Darlington. So each time I see that emir, I always know that he was one of those who have pushed us to where we are today.
I'm telling you,
he rocked the boat. In fact, I will never forget that day when the former Minister of Finance and Coordinator of Economy, Okonjo-Iweala, sat down with him at a board meeting. When he mentioned that money was missing, he could not defend it before Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Yes.
I thank God that eventually now, look at it.
Exactly.
It was read by this evening now. He couldn't even attempt to defend it. That's fact that Jonathan put her before him.
Yes. So that for me, that's the high point of that conversation. Jonathan said that. So that's why I recalled this. That's why I thought that it's important for us to talk about this conversation.
These are the propaganda
because Jonathan did not say it behind him. He said it in front of him. And then Jonathan spoke before him. I'm coming, Jova, 1 second. Jonathan said before he spoke. So he spoke, Jonathan spoke before him. So he had the time for rebuttal, right?
Yes.
But he did not even mention that particular conversation to say that no, money was actually missing, or there is proof, or this is the proof that money was missing. He did not treat that conversation.
If Jonathan had taken the money, will he have instituted a forensic audit? To expose
Go ahead, Joval. Apologies for taking your time.
Precious, one of the errors that Sanusi committed, which I want to believe that Vendetta met him, was this issue of him rocking the banks. He was one of those that threw a lot of Nigerians into unemployment in banking sector. A strong bank. Let me please mention this name. Because they are not existing again.
The smaller banks swallowed the big banks.
The big bank like Ushenik disappeared from this country. No thanks to Sanusi Lamido and his bad decisions. And when he became the emir of Kano, that was why what happened to him. It was a result of him Precious, he is one of those that pushed Nigeria into where we found us. How can you claim that money was missing, speaking English as if you are intelligent? And when a stronger, intelligent woman stood before you, you could not defend it. Now he thought that thing had gone like that. We have forgotten it. Look at what happened eventually yesterday or whichever day that matter was conducted.
There are many revelations. So there are many.
Let me tell you, I agree with Barrister Darlington that he belonged to the APC, whatever APC was being called then. And you see, this is where we are today. Is he happy that this country is like this?
No, Nigeria has happened.
What are we? What? Let me tell you, people, the Nigerians, that we know those who are responsible for where we found ourselves today. Sure, we thought that PDP was wrong. They were not fighting corruption. Today, corruption is the one now riding on top of this country, Precious. How is it possible that the people who are the watchdog, with all due respect, profound respect, according to Mr. Deji, to Mr. Two-Face, and the late Sans of Time, who said the hunter now will become hunted. One day, you see, how is it that EFCC? Look at what happened. We have had EFCC heads. They were all accused of corruption. Nothing happened. Even till today, look at this thing coming up between Bobrisky. Can you imagine this country? How do we move forward?
I'm telling you.
And those who are running this country will tell us that they are fighting corruption. Precious and promise, they are fighting nothing. They are fighting nothing. If they are fighting corruption, a lot of people will be behind bars today. Let the president make the first move and put them behind bars, so that this country will begin to move forward. Oh God!
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You are doing well, Precious.
Good night, Jovel. Thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
I wonder why the EFCC chairman is still sitting with all this Yahaya Bello case.
Yes. Good evening and welcome.
Hi. Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Michael.
Malcolm, you're welcome.
Michael, I don't say Malcolm or IPC woman leader. I don't say Malcolm. I say Michael.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You're welcome.
Make her decide not to call the name. Just go ahead.
Yeah, in trouble.
Everybody they short fuse in this country. People they quick vex. Make her not ignite your anger.
Alright, well, listening. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
Now because of you. Now because I hear your voice this evening, I'm going to make a call. No, they call it.
Okay, my brother.
So you the beef APC woman leader.
You the beef me.
So, see, Sanusi, that's why I know PC when they dealt with him. In fact, during that time, where that time they were doing that shenanigans in APC, I mean, before 2015, I was working in office in Mr. Abuja, and it was full of Yoruba and Hausa people. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, my brother.
Every day they keep bringing this issue, you understand? And it was like, it turned to an office.
Exactly. How Jonathan stole $49 billion.
I told them that you people don't know what you people are getting into. Each time you go to work, I said, you don't know what you people I said, my mother told me in Aba that during Buhari first tenure that they were using trade to beg for food. They say relief. I think they were in the war. That it was not in wartime. I said, you people don't know what you are getting into. You see that APC now, even that's why people like Amechi, I don't pity them. Because they are the one who put us in this mess. That's why I say Igbo people, we are the only people who were not fooled by this APC thing. The Igbo people, we are not fooled. So when people complain, that is their business.
That's it.
That is their business. Until they decide to get out of it, I will not talk anything. About this, I don't know if it is part of the topic, about this woman who said she refused herself from the case. She knew that case was heading nowhere. For 9 years, she was messing with somebody's life. Now she has seen that there's no more room to do her nonsense. She said she's no longer interested.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, going back to messages now. Gabriel from Hope Estate says, Precious and friends, mouth will not pain you guys. Precious. I feel it's time we Nigerians start exposing our politicians for their wrongdoing. Why are the government not meeting up to our expectation? Precious, do you think Nigeria will ever get better?
Yes,
that's a big question. Of course, we'll have hopes are alive. And this says, good evening, everyone. What shall we do? INEC so far that our votes can be counted. You're asking what we're going to do so that our votes will be counted. We'll probably keep talking, and sensitizing people. And this is good evening, everyone. Happy birthday, belated birthday, Barrister Darlington. Nigerian will not kill me, Mr. Paulinos from Isolo. Okay. This says, good evening, everyone. Please, they have to do something about this bad governance. I've been looking for a job right now. I don't have common Gary to even drink, please. All right.
God will help you, my brother. God will help you.
It's quite a lot. And this says, my opinion is that as a way forward, the press should organize a forum, a symptom of some sort where the likes of Dr. Sam Amadi and others and other experts in various sectors will crossbreed ideas of proper things to do as solution for the myriad of Nigeria's problem. Let it be published on records. The press said,
they have millions of it.
Ibo Chimara says, good evening, precious. I salute Mr. Darlington Prepper. You see, if I talk within my mind now and I go close this show finally, that reminds me, Prepper, about your sister Loretta Onuche and Asari Dokobo. Did ask of your sister and brother?
Yeah, it's you're from your sister.
Ejo says, my name is Ejo West. I go, okay, yeah, I see. You say happy birthday to Mr. Darlington and your greetings. And Chingy Team says, good evening from Indonesia. Governors here in Jakarta go to jail for one. And when he is still in office, now democracy.
And Wali from Oshodi says, my take on this is that I pray God take control of this country, because honestly, whenever I think of this, what is going on in the country, it made me remember what my late dad do tell us, that we should continue praying. And he said that we can't see that he has tried his best on us. Do the next, and okay, the Nigerians will continue praying and all of that.
Akim Bola Olushe says, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this. Wow. Sign a guns. We need a president, a head son, without any political on-cost traces and sentiment, with political will to turn things around. And you said good evening. I appreciate you.
All right. Bako says, everyone in the house, you're greeting, and he said you're taking all of this is that until constitution is revisited, we will continue to suffer in this way. And Babeji says, well done, Babeji from Oshodi. He's been thinking of trying to compare PDP and APC administration. And I said to myself, it's not like comparing chicken pox with leprosy and malaria with cancer. Isn't that the same thing? APC government has said if damage a country, repair beyond repair.
All right. And this says, you have finished everything, Barrister Darlington. Nothing to add, nothing to subtract. What we're facing in this country today, OBJ is responsible. If, as a democratic president, he couldn't write a democratic constitution for you to understand Nigeria, you need God to open your head for you to understand.
Lecturer James from Shongo Tollgate says, Nigeria is practicing multi-militarianism and not democracy. Our democracy is merely on paper, and in practice, fusion of the three organs of government is what entails, which is the content of the constitution given to us by the military. Our problem is the constitution. Who will change it to a general accommodating one for Nigerians? That's a big question you're asking here.
And then Smith from Agric says, I want to ask one question, please. Who do us like this? Imagine since I was born, they said youth are leaders of tomorrow. Yet those so-called leaders of 1960 aren't ready to allow the youth to breathe till today. They never still let us. Why? That's a question.
Igor Haikechiku says there is billions of water that have passed under the bridge on Yahaya Bello's case with EFCC. So EFCC should stop playing with Nigerians' integrity and intelligence. On Hope Uzodinma, he said judiciary messed the Nigerian democracy up. And then,
okay. And this says the Nigerian system of government, Napadi government, with the Okando from Ojo. And then, good evening, Prepper. Welcome, Federal Republic of Rice leaders are behaving like, stop it.
Nedu CIA from Ikorodu says, President, senators, governors, EFCC, please, everyone is playing with Nigerians. And Nigerians, okay.
Okay. All right, then I think I have this other message here before I go back to the phone lines. By the way, the phone lines are still open. And this says, good evening, VOP. I said, telling politician not to corrupt is like doctor telling the Yoruba man not to eat amala. And it's like doctor telling Hausa man not to eat tuwo shinkafa, and then it's like doctor telling an Igbo man not to eat ofo onubu and akpu. Abi, all right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is 50.
This is who?
From 50.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
This is my first time caller.
Oh, you're welcome. Congratulations.
I just want to say something. Yeah. What's seen in this country is that, the way it's going to be that there is a time will come when the bandits will come into the street and be harassed.
No, it will not. Please, let's not take it to that level, please. Don't say such thing on air, please.
I'm serious.
No, it's not. But I appreciate you.
Are you working with them?
I appreciate you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Are you working with them?
Hello. Yes, welcome.
Good evening or good night.
Anyone. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, my brother.
This is Obaino.
Obaino.
Yeah, Darlington. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, you're calling from Obina.
You don't tell why you hear that name. Where you go?
I try to call. I'll be one of those people when they try calls is 1 week. They pick my call.
Sorry, sir.
No, I understand. So, I am talented. I wanted to say something, about I did an investigation about what you said, but it's not in this topic anyway. Just a little bit, trying to divert a little. Pressure, making a little vessel. So that thing you said about Showere, I think that I've been saying there is before you even say it, I've been saying there is something going on, really, because all these things this man have been saying, nothing has been done. Okay, that is by the way. About the government, saying that they sentence people, so is it life imprisonment? The court. And I've been asking, those the court, are they not seeing all these government, all these people that are stealing money, they are still in power, stealing money, even the stolen ones they have, nothing have been done to them. Even if they went to, even like somebody like Ojus Okalo, my brother, when they sent him to prison, I think he's one of those that was given duplex to stay. He didn't stay in that prison. You know what is happening now about Bobrisky. So I was asking, what has the court done about, those people? All these APC people.
Even when one man was
in government and all this other corrupt money.
All right, thank you.
So, I have Precious.
Sir, you're taking our time. Like, don't 2 minutes. So go ahead.
Go ahead. That,
okay. So there is something you said about the example you gave in Omahia. I was I live in Omahia. So it's something you said about that guy. I know that guy in Omahia. That thing you said, that thing it's really true. So
he doesn't pay up to, you say it, Alex Oti, the governor of Abia State, is not paying up to 18,000 naira in minimum wage.
That's what he meant.
No,
Which of them?
Okay, about the building,
Okay. Yes, that thing is a confirmed story. So because I live in Omahia too, Okay. So and the DSS guy, there was somebody Precious brought in this studio, the DSS guy. So he was saying like they don't, correct me if I'm mistaken. It was the thing I understood what he said is that they don't take order from the judge, after if there is a court case and the judge gives his conclusion on the matter. They don't really take order from them. They take order from the government or from the presidency or what.
That's the fact.
So what he says is that even if there is a case between the DSS and someone who is a suspect on their end, and the court passes a judgment, that before they effect that judgment, they wait for the reaction of the judge. So they will just go back to the CJN, who, by the way, instituted the case, and ask that, so what will we go do now? So the CJN perhaps will have to wait for the reaction of the president to take, because they work under the presidency directly.
Oh, okay. Okay. But it's
you've taken 5 minutes. Is enough. Is enough. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Come and be going. It's enough. You finished all our time.
Bye now. We don't give you
thank
that.
you so much. You don't use. So let's quickly rush some messages.
All right. Tunde says, good evening, Precious. And as I've heard Jova, you said you heard Jova mentioning about Osheni Bank, and you said you feel so sad because you were one of the staff who fell victim of what Jova spoke about, and Sanusi really did so bad.
He was okay. All right, and this is good evening, my Darlington, and happy birthday, sir, on Oga Darlington. My name is 44 from Ekotwegbe. That's just all you have to say. Stephen Ehimare from Egbeda says, Precious, the way you're defending this APC government is really getting me angry here. Please allow Barrister Darlington to talk more, please.
We're not talking.
Chai, well, I never see tired for this year, they do.
Oh my God!
People are supposed to be tired by
from
now.
AJCT says, and when the VOP station went off air this afternoon, he said you thought the presidency has done 1 or 2 harms to us.
No.
Don't worry, we're fine. That must be some technical issues there. And he said, but I said that they should consider our APC woman leader in the house. So people love you, Precious. They thought about it when we went live on air and when we went off air. He said the judiciary. With what is happening with the Rivers 27 lawmakers and Rivers PDP issues, plus Yahaya Bello's case, and after APC captured Edo State with the help of INEC, according to you, the judiciary has now turned in him to remain the party chairman. Who are you talking about? He said there is God who, if it's the way God brought a Scottish man, J.J. Rawlings, to rule over Ghana, and Ghana is great today, let God bring a man, even if it is from Congo.
And Daya from Fagba says, congratulations to the new CJ and Judge Kekereku representing the women fold. However, are these people a good role model worthy of emulation? And he said the same judgment that made number 4 to number 1, which is Uzodima. Remember that of Lawan, Akpabio's judgment, also for Oyetola in Osun State, that brought Wike into River State, also that brought in this government in federal, and you said a lot. I appreciate you.
And this person says, you said your name is Olatunde. You said, Precious, please verify Ogun State also. You're talking about the minimum wage, and you said that Abiodun is also not paying 18,000 naira minimum wage here in Ogun State.
Remember someone said, once my offender joins APC, their sins are forgiven. Why are you looking forth to Yahaya Bello's being called to book? This is coming from Bako from Barawa. He sent in that message. All right. Let's see if I can just take a few reactions from YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'd like you to have your parting shot. What's your final thoughts on this conversation?
We have been
in less than
10
seconds.
Been asking ourselves, how do we get out of where we are now? Since Nigeria had enjoyed some semblance of a democracy under PDP, at least for their 16 years, we saw how Nigeria was. It is left for us now to tell APC, no, where you are taking us to is not where we are going.
All right, thank you.
That's it.
All right, thank you. My name is Precious Enyi. She is.
I'm Promising, and on Instagram, my name is Promising Official.
You used to post
and
on
other
Instagram.
social
You'll be announcing
media
it as if you used to
platforms.
post.
I am just promising. Don't worry now. Leave me. Let me just be mentioning it.
Even me, I know I'm very. I don't announce Instagram and Twitter because I know I'm just a ghost like you too. So the only place I manage to try to say something a little bit is on YouTube at Precious Enyi Official. Precious Enyi TV on YouTube.
You see?
So just go and follow me like your village people at Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. From time to time, I go and drop my non-APC woman leader point of view in that place. My non-APC woman leader point of view in that place. Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. Go there, subscribe, recommend to your friends. I appreciate you. And that's the size of our package. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Get YouTube now,
I will open for you. We'll protest. You take us to court.
When I grow up,
you take us to court. All right. Welcome to Kiddo's Home.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Victor once again from Kudos Homes Limited. And I want to quickly tell everyone, one of us, that on Saturday, because we've been announcing our independent bumper promo, and on Saturday we'll be having our in Omuke-Tuekpe, our 4th batch allocation in Omuke-Tuekpe. So if you're out there and you want to experience how we do our allocation, we are inviting you to join us this Saturday in Kudos Heritage Omuketo Ekpe, where we'll be giving out lands to those people that have invested in our properties. So once again, let me quickly tell us where we have different properties around Nigeria. Now in Egbeda, we have the Kudos apartment 1.0, which is several units of 1-bedroom apartment, and is going for just 7 million naira for a 12 years lease. 7 million naira for a 12 years lease. So with an initial deposit of 4.5 million naira, you can own a 1-bedroom apartment, tastefully finished and very, very nice. So what are you waiting for? Call us today, 0905 904 7514, 0905 904 7514. Now if you want to get any of our properties, we have Kudos Heritage, which is located at Omuketo Ekpe, the one that will be doing their location on Saturday. So it's located at Omuketo Ekpe, and we are doing our independent super promo. Now with just 1 million naira, you can own a plot of Kudos Heritage, and the title on that property is the deed of assignment, the register survey, and the C of O is in view. So what are you waiting for? Get your own Kudos Heritage plot for just 1 million naira instead of 2.5. So after the independent, it's going back to 2.5 million naira per plot. And also in Ikorodu, Agbowa Ikorodu, we have Kudos City, which is also going for just 1 million naira per plot. So what are you waiting for? Call the numbers again, 0905 904 7514. And in Enugu, we have Fairview Estate Phase 1, which is located at Odobudonike, and is going for just 1.2 million naira. And we also have the Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is located at Amokoinike, going for just 1 million naira. Now both of these estates are very close to the Akanibiam International Airport. So if you are looking for a good location in Enugu to have your own property, these two locations are 0905 904 7514. Our inspection days here in Lagos and in Enugu is Thursdays and Saturday, but in Asaba we are doing our inspection every day apart from on Sunday. So if you want to visit us here in Lagos, our office address is 171 Egbeda Edimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop. 171 Egbeda Edimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop. And our website is www.kudoshomesLimited.com. Catch us on Facebook and on Instagram at Kudos Homes Limited. And the number to call again is 0905 904 7514.